Not when you've healed, not when you figured everything out, not when you've lost the weight of all your doubts, not when you finally earned the right to take up space, to sleep at night. Just as you are right now in this, with all the parts of you you still dismiss, with every unfinished edge and every tender scar, just as you are. You have been waiting for the version of you that would be finally acceptable, but she was always here. You were always here. Just as you are, imperfect and complete. Just as you are, with your mess and all your need. You were never a project to finish or a problem to fix. You were always something whole that the world sometimes tried to take apart. But you are here and you are whole, just as you are. The parts of you that you try to fix, the quirks, the habits, the contradictions, these are not the bugs in the system, these are the system, the full picture. You are not too much and not too little. You are not too loud and not too still. You are exactly the particular collection of everything you are and always will be. So stop postponing, you stop waiting till you're ready. The world has needed who you are the whole time already. Just as you are, imperfect and complete. Just as you are, with your mess and all your need. You were never a project to finish or a problem to fix. You were always something whole that the world sometimes tried to take apart. But you are here and you are whole, just as you are. To the version of you who is 7, who is 35, who is tired, who is 17, who is grieving, who is healing, who is somewhere in between, who is not sure they belong in this moment, who is not sure they're allowed to be seen. You are allowed, you were always allowed. Come in, take a seat, you belong here, just as you are. Just as you are. After everything as you are not the wait, not the almost, not the almost there. You are here and you are whole. You are held and you are home, just as you are. Just as you are enough. You have always been enough, just as you are. Just as you are. There was a moment once when I was so sure that the story I was living was a door that was closing, not opening, falling, not rising. The ending writing itself before I could stop it. But I woke up and the sun was doing what it does, And someone left a message, and the coffee was enough. And somewhere in the ordinary fabric of the day, something said, "This is still worth it, by the way." Not the triumph, not the victory, just the unremarkable living, the soup, the street, the conversation, the human being given. It's still worth it, all the trying, still worth it, all the failing, the crawling back, the getting up and going again. Still worth it, every question that has no good answer, every season that felt endless. Even this, especially this, is still worth it. You are still worth it. I have watched you on the days you couldn't see it, when the only evidence was getting dressed. And I have watched you find your way back slowly to something more than managed, more than less. The gratitude doesn't have to be performative, it doesn't have to be a list or a ritual. It can be as small as noticing your hands, or as simple as the light across the windowsill. And maybe that's the thing, the gratitude is not for the grand, it's for the grain of wood, the smell of bread, the warmth of being understood. It's still worth it, all the trying, still worth it, all the failing, the crawling back, the getting up and going again. Still worth it, every question that has no good answer, every season that felt endless. Even this, especially this, is still worth it. You are still worth it. There will come a day, maybe not now, maybe not soon, but it will come, when you will look back at this season and marvel at how much you've become. And you will be so glad you stayed, you will be so glad you chose the morning, you will be so glad this still felt worth it, even when it didn't. Still worth it. You are worth it. This whole living, breathing, trying, aching, beautiful and broken, worth it, worth it all. The storm broke just before the dawn, and left behind a world scrubbed clean and drawn. In clearest lines, the tree, the hill, the road, all washed of yesterday's impossible load. You stood at the window, watching it clear, half expecting all the dark to reappear. But the sky held its pale and steady blue, and something in you held steady too. It isn't that the hard things didn't happen. They happened, everyone. But you are here in this new morning, and the storm is done. Morning after the storm, everything looks different in this light. Morning after the storm, the things that seemed impossible last night look like problems you can walk beside, not mountains you have to climb alone. Morning after the storm, you made it to the morning, you made it home. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to understand the why. Some storms don't come with explanations. Some storms just have to pass by. But in the clearing, something shifts, the way the light can find the smallest space. You notice what the storm made room for, the new and necessary empty place. This is not the end of difficulty. There will be more rain, there will be more dark, but you know now what you are capable of. You know the morning finds its way to start. Morning after the storm, everything looks different in this light. Morning after the storm, the things that seemed impossible last night look like problems you can walk beside, not mountains you have to climb alone. Morning after the storm, you made it to the morning, you made it home. New beginnings don't announce themselves with fanfare. They come quietly in the stillness after the heart. They come in the way you make your coffee differently, in the breath that finally isn't guarded. There's something on the other side of surviving that has no name until you're standing in it. It's the morning light on ordinary things, and the way you let yourself begin it. Morning after the storm, you're here. Morning after the storm, you're still here, and the light is different, and so are you. teeth, that you smile at the breakfast table, and no one knows what lies beneath. You said you're fine so many times now, the word has lost its feeling, and everyone around you thinks you're fine, while you're quietly barely kneeling. I'm not gonna tell you to let it go, not yet, not yet. I'm gonna say hold the ache, hold it like it matters, because it does. Hold the ache, don't run from what is real. Hold the ache, it is telling you something you need to feel. It is the voice of all the love that you have given. It is the proof that something mattered. Hold the ache, let it teach you. Let it teach you. The ache is not the enemy, it is the evidence of care. Only things that really matter to you could create this much weight to bear. You loved something that changed, you wanted something that slipped away. The ache is just love with nowhere to go, looking for a place to stay. So give it a place to be, acknowledge it with grace. Say I feel this and it's real, and I will let it take up some space. Hold the ache, don't run from what is real. Hold the ache, it is telling you something you need to feel. It is the voice of all the love that you have given. It is the proof that something mattered. Hold the ache, let it teach you. Let it teach you. The Japanese have a word for it, the beauty found in broken things. When you repair with gold, not hide the cracks, the breaking becomes part of the meaning. You are not diminished by your grief, you are not made less by what you've lost. The ache has made you someone deeper, and deeper always has a cost. Hold the ache, it won't always be this heavy. Hold the ache, but hold it gently. Hold it gently. Ask the river how I learned to flow, past the stones that told it no, around the bends it couldn't see, into the wide and open sea. The river doesn't fight the rock, the river doesn't stop its clock. It finds the way that wants to be found. It trusts the path that takes it down. And maybe you can learn this too, the art of letting things move through, pressing lightly, going around, of trusting something to be found. The river knows what you're carrying will find its way. The river knows you don't have to force the flow in, just keep moving, keep moving. The water will decide where the open places are. There are seasons when the river is full, when everything that ever was comes rushing through. There are seasons when it's barely there, just a memory of what it once knew. Both are true, both are the river. Neither one is the river failing, just the river being what our rivers are. Adapting, changing, never ending. So when the grief is high and running, let it be full, let it be louder. When the quiet comes in summer, rest in it, let the river rest. The river knows what you're carrying will find its way. The river knows you don't have to force the flowing, just keep moving, and the water will decide where the open places are. The river knows. You have survived every winter the river put you through. You have come out on the other side of every flood. You have learned to read the water. You know that somewhere downstream there is a place the river opens up, and you are moving toward it. You are always moving toward it. The river knows. The river knows. Just keep flowing. The river knows. Small brave things. Nobody writes songs about the ordinary. Nobody builds monuments to just getting through. But I have seen the small brave things you do, and they are worth 1,000 poems. They are true. Getting up when everything said stay down, making the call you'd been avoiding for a week, saying I need help when you were taught to be strong, choosing gentleness when the world taught you to be harsh. These are the things the history books will miss, but the people around you feel every one of them. Every quiet sacrifice, every whispered yes, every single day you chose the hardest thing. Small brave things, the ones nobody sees. Small brave things, like opening a window when you can barely breathe, baking dinner when you're running on empty, saying thank you, meaning it, receiving grace. Small brave things are changing everything. You got dressed today when you didn't want to. You reached out to someone you've been missing. You sat with a feeling instead of running from it. You forgave yourself for something small. You made space for a stranger. You held back the sharp word you wanted to say. You noticed the beauty in something ordinary. You let yourself want something today, and the cumulative weight of all these moments is greater than any single grand event. by breath. Small brave things, the ones nobody sees. Small brave things like opening a window when you can barely breathe, making dinner when you're running on empty, saying thank you, meaning it, receiving grace. Small brave things are changing everything. Oh, oh, oh. I wanna write down every small brave thing you've done since the day you decided to keep going. I want you to see the extraordinary, ordinary of your life. The love you gave when you had nothing left, the beauty you created in the wreckage, the laughter that came anyway. Small brave things, you do them every day. Small brave things, and they matter so much. The tension in your shoulder speaks of months of holding everything in place. The jaw clenched tight, the shallow breath, the constant mask of calm upon your face. You learned so early to contain, to not take up too much room, to make the discomfort disappear and pretend the sky was never a dark room. But tonight, I want you to feel it if you need to. Let your eyes do what they've wanted to. Let your heart soften past the armor. Soften now. Let yourself be softer now. You don't have to hold the walls up anymore. Softer now. Let the feeling come to shore. Let it wash you clean, let it find the floor. You are safe enough to feel it all. Softer now. Softer now. That it could keep explaining away. The one you say is just a tired week. That hollow feeling in your chest that you dress up as something sleek. It doesn't need a diagnosis, it doesn't need a name or a solution. Some feelings are not problems to be solved, they're truth looking for a resolution. So let it move through you, don't give it an exit too quickly. Let it teach you what it knows, it came from somewhere important. Softer now. Let yourself be softer now. You don't have to hold the walls up anymore. Softer now. Let the feeling come to shore. Let it wash you clean, let it find the floor. You are safe enough to feel it all. Softer now. Softer now. There is no weakness in the tears, there is no shame in the ache. There is extraordinary courage in allowing yourself to break. Not apart, but open. Not destroyed, but clear. The softest version of you is the bravest one that's ever been here. Softer now, just softer. You are safe porch lights on for you tonight. No matter what hour you decide to come home, the door won't lock against your weight. You never had to face this all alone. I know the road you traveled down was steep. I know some nights you couldn't fall asleep. I know the phone sat heavy in your hand and you couldn't find a way to help them understand. But still I kept the porch light on, and I watched the road for you. I held a space inside this house, shaped like everything you've been through. The porch lights on, it's been on all night for you. The porch lights on, come back whenever you're ready to. You don't have to knock, you don't have to explain, just come through the door out of the rain. The porch lights on, it's always been on for you. And takes and forgets to give. You've been wearing yourself down to the bone, trying to make enough just to live. But there's a place where your name means welcome, where your silence is enough for conversation, where the chair by the fire is always waiting, and no one asks about your explanation. So however far you've wandered, however long you've been away, something in this light keeps calling. Come back, you'll want it, come back and stay. For you. Love isn't always the grand gesture. Sometimes love is just the ordinary light that says I'm here, I haven't given up on you. I'll keep this burning through the night. Come home, the light is on. Come home, it's always been on for you. You thought you'd be gone by now, swallowed by everything you've been through somehow. But here you are, still making your coffee, still watching the rain, still finding it lovely. You thought the grief would split you in two, but it held you instead, and you held it too. You're not the same as you were before, but you're here, and here is worth something more. There is no trophy for surviving, no ribbon for still being alive. But maybe that's the quiet miracle that you don't even see in your eyes. You are still here. After everything, you're still here. You woke again today and chose to feel. You are still here, and that is not nothing, that is not small. That is the most courageous of all. You are still here. All the versions of you who gave up are imaginary, you're the one who showed up when the world went quiet and your heart went loud. You stayed even when you weren't sure if you were allowed. You ate something and you breathed and you called. You kept on building even when the ceiling kept on falling. In small and ordinary acts of will, you are here, you are here, you are here still. And maybe no one wrote it down, maybe no one marked the day, but the universe felt the weight of you choosing. It felt it anyway. You are still here. After everything, you're still here. You woke again today and chose to feel. You are still here, and that is not nothing, that is not small. That is the most courageous of all. You are still here. Let this be a monument, not carved in stone but lived. You made it through the unbelievable. You gave what you had to give. And sometimes giving everything is waking up one more morning, looking at the sky and saying, okay, I'm still here. Still here. You are still here. You are still here. And it matters, you still matter. Slow down, dear heart. You've been running for so long, through the days that blur together, through the days when you felt wrong. You forgot what still felt like. You forgot how quiet sounds. All those miles behind you now, all that lost and found. I know the world says keep on pushing, I know the clock says never stop, but your heart has been whispering something that the noise is almost blocked. Slow down, dear heart. Let the moment catch up to you. Slow down, dear heart. You don't have to prove your worth by what you do. The birds still sing outside your window. The light still finds its way in through the glass. Slow down, dear heart. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. You said you rest when it was over, but over never seems to come. So you rest on the way, in the in-between, in the pause before the next undone. Let your tea go cold for a moment. Let the deadline breathe for just 1 hour. You are not the thing you're making. You are not the task. You're not the tower. And when you finally sit in the stillness, let it feel like a mercy, not a crime. You have earned this gentle breathing room. You have earned this unscheduled time. Slow down, dear heart. Let the moment catch up to you. Slow down, dear heart. You don't have to prove your worth by what you do. The birds still sing outside your window. The light still finds its way in through the glass. Slow down, dear heart. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. In the soft place between asleep and waking, is still unshaped. There's a you that exists without agenda. That's the one I want you to reclaim. Not the one who checks the list at midnight, not the one who measures every hour. Just the one who breathes and feels the sunlight. Just the one who knows their own sweet power. Slow down, dear heart. You're already where you need to be. Slow down, just breathe, just be. The sky turned gray at 4:30. You stood outside the closing door. Rain on the pavement, rain in your chest. The kind of tired that won't let you rest. You thought of all the things undone, the race you ran but never won. The words you said, the ones you swallowed, the empty hallways you have followed. But then a light so small against the falling dark, a lantern swinging in the rain, and something moved inside your heart. There's a lantern in the rain, burning just for you. Through the gray and all the pain, something's carrying you through. You don't have to see the whole road, just the next step, just the next breath. There's a lantern in the rain, and it won't go out. It won't go out. It won't go out. It might be in the warmth of a stranger's nod, or in the way the golden hours softened art, in the unexpected kindness of a song that found you when you didn't think you'd belong, in the memory of someone who believed in you before you had a reason to, in the part of you that keeps on reaching towards something you can't even name. It's still there, that light, that pull, that stubborn something that chose to stay when everything said leave. It chose you, it's still choosing you. There's a lantern in the rain, burning just for you. Through the gray and all the pain, something's carrying you through. You don't have to see the whole road, just the next step, just the next breath. There's a lantern in the rain, and it won't go out. It won't go out. It won't go out. In the middle of the worst of it, when you could not find a single reason, this light kept going, it kept going, like it knew something you had forgotten, like it was waiting for you to remember you are worth the burning. Lantern in the rain, still burning for you. Still burning. Be gentle with yourself today, the way you'd be with a child who's lost their way. Speak to yourself the way you could speak to someone fragile, someone you'd never leave. You've been so hard for so very long, treating yourself like you had to be strong, like softness was a thing you had to earn, like rest was something you had to deserve. But what if it was always freely given? What if grace was never something to be driven? What if you were already enough just as you are? Love, be gentle with yourself, like the first light of morning, before the world demands anything. Be gentle with yourself, like you would with the one you love most in the world. Be that to yourself, be gentle. Be gentle. The thoughts that say you should have done more, that keep you pacing at 3 in the morning on the floor. Gently now, ask them to rest. They've done enough patrolling in your chest. You are not a machine that must keep going. You are not a river that must keep flowing. You are allowed to be still. You are allowed to be less than full. What if this moment right here is enough? What if your existence doesn't need to earn love? What if the voice that says rest is right, and fighting it is what's wrong tonight? Be gentle with yourself, like the first light of morning, before the world demands anything. Be gentle with yourself, like you would with the one you love most in the world. Be that to yourself, be gentle. Be gentle. There will be days you won't be harder on yourself, days the world confirms every doubt on your shelf. But the truest thing I know is this: love, you deserved kindness from the very first breath. You deserve it still. You deserve it still. Gentle now. You've earned this quiet. Gentle now. The alarm went off before the sun. You rose again before you'd begun to process everything you felt inside. You swallowed it and went along the ride. Coffee cold by 9 a.m. You nodded when you should have said, I'm not okay, I'm barely here. I'm holding back 1,000 tears, and no one saw the cracks beneath your smile. No one knew you'd been drowning for a while. But here you are at the end of the day, still standing, still breathing anyway. that's enough. You helped someone who didn't say thank you. You kept your word when no one asked you to. You did the thing you really didn't want to do, but still you showed up, still pushed through. And maybe it doesn't look like much from the outside, just another ordinary passing tide. But inside you were what was fought today, and inside you love still won the day. Let someone look at you and finally see the extraordinary weight of what it means to be a human being, choosing not to fall, still choosing kindness, still choosing it all. The weight of today, let it fall away. You don't have to carry it into tomorrow. The weight of today was heavier than you should say. Let the nighttime take your sorrow. You made it through every heavy hour that pulled you down. You made it through, and that's enough, that's enough. When you close your eyes tonight, let the darkness feel like rest. Not a failure, not an ending, just the body doing its best. Every heartbeat says you're worth it, every breath says carry on. And the morning will be different from the night you're living in. Let go. Just let go. You made it through the weight of today, and that's enough, that's enough. You've been away from yourself for so long, living in the edges of other people's songs, wearing faces that don't quite fit, saying yes when your heart says quit. Somewhere between the giving and the done, you lost the thread that led back to who you were. You kept the peace, kept the plates in the air. Now there's nothing left, not even air. But somewhere, like a lamp left on, in a room you forgot to call your own, there's something warm still waiting for you. It was always yours, it was always home. Come home to yourself, walk back through the quiet. Come home to yourself, the door was never locked. You don't have to be perfect to belong here. You don't have to be healed to start. Just come home to yourself. Come home to your heart. The person that you were at 7 years old, who danced in the kitchen, unafraid and bold. She never left, she waited right here, in the part of you that still knows how to feel. Through the years years of learning to perform. She kept a small candle in the storm. And when you find her, don't apologize. Just take her hand and look into her eyes and say, I'm sorry I was gone so long. I'm sorry I forgot this was where I belong. I'm ready now to sit beside you. I'm ready now to let you guide me through. Come home to yourself. Walk back through the quiet. Come home to yourself. The door was never locked. You don't have to be perfect to belong here. You don't have to be healed to start. Just come home to yourself. Come home to your heart. You are not the productivity. You are not the output. You are not the image in the screen. You are the silence between the words. You are the feeling underneath. You are the one who keeps on loving even when it doesn't make sense. Come home. You are allowed to come home. Come home to yourself. You carry the world on shoulders bare. Through every storm, you were still there. The nights were long, the silence deep. You gave yourself when you couldn't sleep. You held the hands of everyone you knew. Forgot to ask who held you too. You kept on walking, kept on going, never stopped to ask if you were okay. But I see you now, standing in the quiet, eyes still full of gentle light. After everything you did, enough, more than you will ever know. You did enough. It's okay to let it go. You don't have to earn the right to rest. You already gave your very best. Just breathe now, love. You did enough. The weight of all the words unsaid, the dreams you laid to rest instead. You learned to shrink, to disappear, to be the calm when others feared. But somewhere in that tired frame, there is a heart that still remains, and it deserves the warmest grace. It deserves a resting place. So I call to you now, across the heavy silence. You are more than what you've done. You always were. You did enough, more than you will ever know. You did enough. It's okay to let it go. You don't have to earn the right to rest. You already gave your very best. Just breathe now, love. You did enough. You were never just your use. You were never just the service that you gave. There is something sacred living in your chest, something that deserves to just exist. Not to earn, not to prove, not to save. So lay it down tonight. All that weight, all that light. You have done so much already. Now let someone hold you gently. You did enough. You did enough.